Assalamu alaikum dear learners. Welcome to my YouTube channel Learn English with Sadia IH. So today in this video I am going to discuss the tenses. So firstly we are going to look over the word tenses. What does that mean? Here we go. So tenses means the periods of time, and there are three periods of time. The first one is the present tense, the second one is the past tense, and the third one is the future tense. So the present tense is referring towards the present time, the past tense is referring towards the past time, and the future tense is referring towards the future time. The present tense is basically describe the things that are happening in the present moment or in the continuous form. For example, I eat the food. I am eating the food. So these all are describing the present moment. Or you can say I have eaten the food, or I have been eating the food since 9 o'clock. So these all are defining the present tense. Coming towards the past tense describes things that have already happened. The future tense describes the things that are expected to happen in the future. Today in this video we are going to deal with the present tense, and in present tense we are going to deal with only its first type, that is present indefinite tense. Present indefinite tense. So the present tense is used to describe the things that are happening right now or in the continuous form, as I have told you earlier. The four things about which it is so much famous is that the present tense we always used it for the habits, for present time, for universal truth. The universal truth means the things that we can't change, the truths that we can't change, like in universe there is only one God, and the sun is stationary, or the earth revolves around the sun. These all are the facts, or you can say the universal facts. You can't change it. And usually for the moral lesson. For example, hard work always pays off. It's a lesson, moral lesson. So we use the present tense here. Now present tense have four types, like present indefinite tense, and let me tell you people that in this video we are going to deal with the present indefinite tense only, while the others will be discussed inshallah in the next lectures. So the present continuous or progressive tense is the second one, and you need to know that the continuous and progressives are the same name of the present continuous tense. You can use present continuous tense or you can use present progressive tense. And the third one is the present perfect tense, and the fourth one is present perfect continuous tense. So in this lecture we are going to deal with the present indefinite tense. So here we go. So when an action is happening right now or when it happens regularly, it referred as present indefinite tense. As I told you earlier that whenever we have to do the things in the present moment, it's like I eat food or he eats food. We have to use it. The present indefinite tense. Yeah, of course. So coming towards the types of sentences that we are going to deal in the present indefinite tense. So the first type is affirmative sentences, or you can say the positive sentences or simple sentences. These three names are having the same type of sentences. Like there are for the one kind of sentences, and their names are three, like affirmative, positive, or simple. You can say affirmative sentences, you can also say the positive sentences, or you have also permission to say that the simple sentences. It's okay. So the second one is the negative sentences. The third one, negative sentences mean you deny something, like I don't eat food. So you are denying something. So it's become negative sentences. And interrogative sentences, these are referring as you are asking for something, you are questioning something, like do you eat food? You are asking somebody that do he eat food or do she eat food. So do you eat food? So this is some type of interrogation, like you are asking somebody, you are questioning somebody. So negative interrogative sentences. In this type of, there is also a question plus there is negation. Like you are not admitting something, and plus you are asking for something, you are questioning something, like do doesn't they eat food, do not they eat food, sorry, do not they eat food, doesn't he eat food, like this. And WH sentences, here you add why, what, where, when, before do and does, and the whole sentence will be question, like why do they eat food. Now coming towards the recognition, that how you can recognize that it is a present indefinite tense. So you recognize it through its former verb. You always you have to remember that the former verb will first form a verb, and it have some s or es with the verbs, or they have does or do not. All right, so like eats, eat, sleeps, sleep, begins, begin, cleans, clean, reads, read, loves, love, lives, leave, sorry, leaves, leaves, makes, make, and catches, and catch. So the other thing that you have seen here is as and es. So addition of es or s. So the question is that where you have to add s and where you have to add es, and you have to add s or es with the verb. So I repeat it again, you have to add s or es with the verb. And what are the verbs? The verbs are action words. Action words mean eat, sleep, do, and wake, and drink. All these are verbs. So whenever you see the subject is singular name, he or she or it, you have to add s or es with the verb. And where we have to add es, you have to add es whenever you see that the verb is ending with the letters like ch, o, sh, z, x, or double x, s. So you have to add an es there. And with the subjects like plural name, I, we, they, you don't need to add anything there. Now the first type of sentences, which is affirmative sentences, positive sentences, and simple sentences. So the simple formula is that you have to add subject plus first form of verb plus s or es by recognizing that which is the subject, singular or plural, and you have to add it where, with verb, and then sub object plus full stop, done. Now coming towards the examples, so you have to discuss it in detail, like we read newspaper daily. So you are analyzing it, the word daily. This is describing or illustrating the habit that somebody is reading the newspaper on the daily basis. So it describes we read newspaper daily. So it is describing that it's a habit. And whenever we use habit, we have to use present indefinite tense. And you are also analyzing that with the subject we never add s with the verb. There is no s with the verb read. So the second example is the poor man leaves from hand to mouth. So this is the present time, this is indicating the present time, and the poor man is a subject and it is singular, so we had to add s with the leaves. And hen lays eggs for the round the year. So here hen is a singular, so we had to add s with the verb lay. So once a liar, always a liar. So it's a moral lesson, so we use present indefinite for the moral lesson. So I love my brother. So I is singular. I is as we have studied earlier that with the I we never add s or es with the verb. So we don't add anything to the verb like love. Love my brother. Sun sets in the west. So it's a universal truth. You can't change it. It's universally acknowledged and it's the nature phenomena. So you have to add sun is singular. You have to add s with the verb. As this verb is not ending with just see it that this verb is not ending with ch, sh, double s like this. So it's ending with the t. So we had just add the s with this verb. So the negative sentences. So in negative sentences, the formula is that subject plus do not, does not, plus first form of verb, plus object, plus full stop. So the question is that where we have to add does not or do not. So with does not is adding to the subjects like he, she, its singular name. So there you have to add does not. While do not will be add to those where subject is I, we, they, you, or plural. Now the examples are he does not repent of his sins. So the next thing that I want to tell you people is that you can see that here the subject is he, so we add does not. But maybe you may ask me that why we don't add s with the repent verb as the subject is he, because it is already added to the verb do. So to the verb do, it is already added as es. So does, it becomes already does. So we don't need to add s to the verb repent. So you do not admit your mistake. Here we have the subject you. So we know that with you we add do not. So we just add do not admit your mistake. So would is a singular subject, so we had to add does not. So here we add does not sink on the water. And again we never add s with the verb here because does itself carries es. As we have studied earlier, that the verbs that ending letters are o, s, double s, x, ch, sh, there we add es. So the do ending word letter is o, so we add es there. So Akbar does not save anything. Sun, as sun is singular, so we add does not revolve, does not here, and again revolves around the sun, earth. Now coming towards the interrogative sentences. In interrogative sentences, the formula is that you have to add do does before the subject, and after that do does, after the do does you have to add subject and then first form of verb and then object, and don't forget the question mark. You have to add question mark. So here is the again the reminder that where we have to add do, where we add to does. Now coming towards examples. So here you can see that with do is used because there are stars. There is a plural. Whenever there are plurals, we have to use the do. So stars is in the form of cluster, or you can say there are stars, plural form. So we had to add do here. So do stars shine in this morning? Does he go to the school? He is a subject which is singular. So here we use does. Does he repent? Does moon appear these days? Do they chew bubble? So they is a plural, so we used here do. Now coming towards the negative interrogative sentences. So negative means denial, like you deny something, and interrogative like you are questioning somebody in a denial form, like you are questioning plus you are denying something. So you are like you have to add here the formula is that do not, does not, after that you have to add a subject, and after that you have to add first form of verb and then a subject object, and never forget the question mark. So there is also a reminder for you people where you have to add does, where you have to add do. Now coming towards the examples. So doesn't Annie cook food? Annie is singular subject, so we have to add does. Not here. Don't you eat mango? Doesn't she talk? Don't they clean the rooms? Doesn't he do exercise? Now coming towards the last one sentence, that is WH or H. So I want to tell you people that WH means the why, what, who, when, and H means how. So this is also the sentences that are asking you to add these. After that you have to add do does plus subject plus first form of verb plus subject, and yes, of course, the question mark. Here are the examples that are why do you buy tickets? So before do, you have to add why. And before how, after how, you have to add the does. So of course you have to see or analyze what is the subject. If it is singular, then you have to add does, and if it is plural or I, we, they, you, then you have to add do. Like, why do you buy tickets? How does he weep? What do you want to say? Why does the sun set? When do you eat? So in all these examples, when, what, how, why, after that you add do, does. And after that you add the subject, then the verb, and then the remaining words. So this is all for this video, and thanks for watching this video. Subscribe my channel, share, comment, and anything that you want to ask, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you.